Hello. So sorry it's been a while that I've not picked up the camera to record myself. There's a few reasons for it. Mainly I've been really busy with work, but also I kind of had a bit of imposter syndrome. I had the idea of why would anybody care what I'm doing? Motivation was pretty low to do this. So what I'd done is I just didn't force it. And then the other day I thought, do you know what, it might be of some value. I'm coming up to the point now where I'm away to start dieting, that I could explain how to prepare or plan out a diet for yourself. So I'm going to take you along today. You're also going to see the biggest and best transformation of TS Health and Fitness today. So again, I'm pretty sure that's covered everything that I wanted to say, why I've not vlogged. Me and Lisa are out on our walk just now. And I will, next time you see me, I'll have changed a little bit. So I'm not changed yet. As you can see, my face is very full. I just watched that video back. I didn't realize it was as full as that. This is me now. I'm going to give you kind of like an update on me. This is me now at the end of, one of my clients just walked past. This is me at the end of my bulking or gaining phase. I'm hovering around 92 kilos consistently, pretty much day in, day out. I will put a physique update in about here. I'll also give you a little kind of, I guess, recap or like update on what's been going on. So with regards to TS Health and Fitness, I've been getting a website built by the guys at Printed. I'll either put a link for their stuff. If you're needing websites built, they are unbelievable. Like, no detail does not get taken into consideration. I've also been getting clothing printed for clients at the minute. We're kind of going through the process to get it as like perfect as possible. I want it to be cool. I want it to be stuff that you enjoy or you look forward to wearing to the gym. So that's kind of getting sorted out just now. Client wise, I think I'm at the top end of what I could deal with. So that's another reason I've not really been able to do anything or like add this extra stuff into my life or into the day, because I am just replying to messages or checking clients in every day. Today's Tuesday, and I think it's just under 6 days now, fingers crossed, that the gyms are going to be opening. So home workouts, these are like the last week of home workouts. I don't think you'll care about them. And I think that's kind of like up to date now. So you've seen what I look like. This is the end of it. I've got 2 weeks or so, and calories will be getting cut down. Cardio or steps will be getting bumped up. And I'm going to kind of explain all of that in the next scene, hopefully, or clip. Hey, look at this. So, how good do you feel after getting a haircut? I think I got my haircut just maybe the week before Christmas or something. So, I don't know how long that is. I don't know. But my God, it feels good. You just feel so much more, I don't know, like I feel more alert and everything. That's weird, but I do. And I can't imagine the stress hairdressers, barbers, all those people have been going through these past couple of weeks. Hats off to you, back to back. Hats off to you, and thank you all, because you do make us feel fantastic. So, I want to provide some value in this video to you. I'm currently in a position where I'm about to start fat loss, or I'm in like that kind of limbo phase. Like I'm not looking to gain anymore now. I'm not looking to take any down. I'm just staying there. Gym's open next week, which I'm very excited about. I hope you are too. I'm sure most of you are. But what I want to kind of talk about is like how to set yourself up in this period, because a lot of you probably are either trying to find a fat loss method that works for you. You've got it in your head that you want to, but you're not quite sure where to start. And I actually think you start a fat loss phase before you actually start it, if that makes any sense. And I want to kind of guide you through that and kind of talk you through the position my mind's in to set me up for optimal fat loss, I guess. And like I say, it all starts before you actually start. So the big one that I would recommend to you is do not self-sabotage. Don't think that you need to have a last hurrah. Don't think you need to have a last supper. Don't think you need to have a blowout or a binge before you start, because you're going to have to. You're going to mega be restrictive, and you're going to take all the things out of your life that you enjoy, because one, you're not going to be able to adhere to that. You won't stick to it, and two, you want fat loss to be a sustainable thing. And the reasons that you don't have this last hurrah or this last blowout is because one, you're going to spend the first couple of weeks trying to undo that meal. And two, you're probably going to be totally disheartened when you weigh yourself and you see you've not actually lost any weight, or your weight's gone up because of the extra food. You've not gained fat, it is just water, glycogen, undigested food. Glycogen is just the energy that's stored in your muscle in your liver, and your body uses that to contract muscles and do any sort of movement. So that's step one. Don't shoot yourself in the foot before you even start. Step number two, set a time frame. Say that you are going to be looking to lose fat 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks. I'm going to be doing about 25 weeks, but I'm pushing my body to the extreme, remember. And then you would want to take a little break. This is just going to help you, because if you set a goal, a weight goal, I want to get to X amount of weight, weight doesn't always come off. However, each day is going to happen no matter what. So if you set up your plan and you say you're going to do it for, let's say 12 weeks, that's a good time frame. You're going to do 12 weeks. Those 12 weeks are going to happen either way. Whereas if you say you want to lose 5 stone, there'll be weeks where you don't lose any weight, and that's so disheartening. Whereas if you can just wake up and tick the boxes for each day, you're going to be going in the right direction. The way I sometimes think about this is like, say I said to you, you could become a millionaire, or you need to work 10 years to become a millionaire. Like, you would be like, right, okay, well, I'll do that. If you set a time frame to say, like 12 weeks, I want to lose as much weight as I possibly can. Say you lose a stone, great. Say you lose 6 pounds, you lose 6 pounds, that's great. You've done 12 weeks though. And I like that as a tool. What I done last diet is I done like tallies for each week, and then as every Monday came around, I just wiped off a tally. And to start with, it is a bit woofed. But see, honestly, by the time you get to like the last, when you get to 9, once I got to like 9 weeks from my photo shoot, I was starting to get really excited. So again, step 2, set a time frame. And this is before you even start, remember. Final one, focus on health. Don't think that you need to lose as much weight as you possibly can. You want to be healthy. Like, it's all good and well, looking good, but say you feel like crap, it's not worth it. You want to feel good, and you can feel good a lot faster than you can look good. And I know that's horrible, and people do hate to hear that, but you can start feeling good if you start exercising a little bit more, you start sleeping a bit better, you start monitoring your stress, you get a bit of exercise, you start watching what you eat. I am going to do a full video on the aspects of health and how you can improve them all, but I'll talk more about that another time. So, number 3, focus on health. Don't try and think of things like fat loss pills. Don't think of cutting food groups out. Don't think shakes. Don't think of things that you already know aren't healthy. Focus on your health. Get loads of fruit and veg in you. A big dunk of protein. Space meals out however best suits you. And then that kind of takes me on to the next point. So that's the 3 things to think about before you start. And then finally, for fat loss, you need to be in a calorie deficit. End of. Your body needs this many calories, you need to take in this much, because this difference comes from body fat. I don't care what you eat, I don't care how you eat, I don't care the timings of how you eat. As long as you're in a calorie deficit, you will lose fat. But as I've just mentioned, focus on health and you will feel much better. What people try and do is they think, right, I need this much food, but I'm going to take in this much. But if I take in this much, I'm going to lose twice as much. You really don't want to do that. You want to try and get away with doing as little as possible and eat as much as we possibly can. Because what then happens is when things start to slow down or plateau, you can do a little bit more or you can eat a little bit less, and it doesn't feel too drastic and it's not too draining. And by eating a little bit less, I mean reduce it by like 100 calories maybe 1 week. And doing a little bit more, that could be 2,000 steps more a day. Don't go too extreme. Finally, I guess the third step of this second part to this, or the 5th step or the 6th phase. I've got a little whiteboard here to remind me of all these. There was loads more that came to my mind, but I'm trying to make this short. You're going to have to accept it's going to take time, and that you probably may need to take some breaks. Like I say, do a 12-week stint. Maybe take a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks off. But all you're going to do is you're going to take your calories back to maintenance, because nobody wants to be dieting their whole life. I know you think if you go 1,000,000 miles an hour off the bat, you're going to get where you want to be a lot quicker, but you're probably just going to go round in loops. And again, the point of a break is to just reduce diet fatigue, it gets called. So being bored of not being able to eat as much food, you do start feeling a bit more fatigued and a bit tired because you're in an energy deficit, you're taking in less energy than your body's using. And again, accepting at the start that it's going to take time is the same as that idea of if you can get £1,000,000, but you've got to do 10 years for it. Like, if you can accept at the start that, right, it's going to take time, but time's always moving forward, you will get there. You will get there. It just depends on how you're going to spend or how you're going to act during that time from now till 12 weeks, let's say, that determines where you are. And you can't do any better than your best. So just accept that it's going to take time. Another thing I would recommend you do is monitor more than just the scales. Take before photos, take measurements, maybe find an old pair of jeans that don't quite fit. Use more than just the scales. Weight fluctuates constantly, daily. It also fluctuates over the day. If you've ever weighed yourself in the morning and weighed yourself at night and you've seen it go up, it's because you've got food in your body. You've got food and you've got water or juice in your body. And that's why there's also water retention. There'll be a bit of inflammation from whatever you've been doing, stress, whatever. Another recommendation I would give you is maybe to do like a soft opening. So have a little trial week. So don't say you're fully committing, just say you're maybe going to do a week to try and figure out things that you like, you dislike. Maybe you don't like eggs. Maybe you don't like salad. Maybe you prefer vegetables. Maybe you don't like potatoes. Like, there's a bunch of like healthy things that you maybe don't like, but you may think, right, I need to be healthy. And then day one of your diet, you dislike it and you're like, oh, well, I'm not doing this. So try like a soft opening. Try a bit of exercise, see if it fits into your week. If it doesn't, reduce it down. It's not a big deal. Honestly, it's not. Other things are as well, like maybe try focus on one aspect of the health, like I was talking earlier on. Like maybe try and improve stress. Maybe just look at what are the biggest barriers that are holding you back and try and work on them a little bit. Potentially just on a soft opening, try and reduce your takeaways down by 1, or try and take out a couple meals that you know are pretty high in calories or that you think could be holding you back. And all you're going to do is you're going to trial it and then you're going to be able to like fine tune it for when you actually do start. I'm pretty fortunate that I've done a 21-week diet or fat loss phase, that I know the foods that kept me full, the foods that I really looked forward to, and things that digested really well. I also know how much cardio I kind of need to do later on. And again, this is me and my coach. And I know how many steps I should be doing. I've also monitored most of this during my gaining phase, so I can transition. I can transition quite quickly from gaining to fat loss, or from like this maintenance to fat loss, because I've monitored so much. And that goes back a point as well, like monitor more than scales. So for I don't have to have a soft opening. We know, like, right, Tom, you're going to eat this, and you're going to eat this many calories. you're going to do this much, and you're going to train this much. And that's, again, that's, I guess, a perk or a lucky aspect that I've got. I've done this before, I've studied it, I've read about it, and I can kind of guess and estimate what you or clients need to be doing. And that is my final point. Potentially it's an idea to get a coach. I got myself a coach because I'd never been absolutely shredded to the bone. I didn't know, I knew you needed to be in a calorie deficit, but I didn't know what were going to be the later phases, and I didn't know when I would, like, I didn't know the answers to all the things that I maybe struggled with, or like the feeling of feeling lethargic or feeling hungry. And having someone that had already done it, that helped a lot. They were able to say, like, look, this is maybe you need to swap this out, maybe you need to try this. And that's the other thing. You could also just speak to someone that's done it. For every one of you out there, you've all got ideas, you've all got original ideas. However, there's always going to be someone that's also had an original idea and knows how to turn that idea into something. So, myself, other coaches, there's a bunch of coaches in our growth. We know what you need to do to lose fat. So, it's maybe an idea to ask someone for a bit of help. And I know that in today's society, people hate asking for help and people hate saying thank you. But it's your life, and I know it would be pretty miserable, or I assume it would be pretty miserable, to go through the rest of your life not achieving what you wanted, whether it is a physique or business idea or, I don't know, anything, but you've wanted to change that for your entire life. I hope that helps. I did kind of waffle on. I did only want it to be like 5 minutes. I'm hoping it has been about 5 minutes. So I'm going to quickly go through the list again. Don't have a last hurrah. Set a time frame. Focus on health. You need to figure out what a calorie deficit is. Eat as much as you can and do as little as you possibly can to get results. Don't go too mental off the bat. Accept that it's going to take time, and also plan in breaks if you know you're going to need to do it for 6 months, a year, whatever. Monitor more than the scales. Trial it. Have a little soft opening. Or finally, get a coach or speak to someone that's already done it. I really do hope this helps. If you do need any help, get in touch. I'm more than happy to answer any questions. If you've gotten this far in this video, thank you very much. I am really sorry that I've not been as regular or consistent with this. But as I said at the start, I kind of had this feeling that, like, why would anybody care what I'm doing? However, I quite enjoy doing this, and I do want to help and provide value to people. So I'm going to start trying to pick it up at least once a week. I'm not going to set it to every Sunday. I'm just going to try and do a video once a week. If there's anything you would like me to touch on or talk about, let me know. This is my kind of advice and guidance for preparing yourself for a fat loss phase. If I can help with anything else, just shoot me a message.